Every gardener dreams of a raised bed alive with earthworms. These tiny workers loosen compact soil, drag organic matter down, and leave behind castings that fertilize plants naturally. But here's the problem. Many gardeners unknowingly add materials that drive worms away or even kill them outright. You might set up the perfect raised bed, only to notice weeks later that worms are scarce or completely absent. The truth is, worms are sensitive creatures. They thrive in balanced, moist, microbe-rich soil, but just a few wrong additions can turn their world toxic. Today, we'll uncover the 7 most common mistakes and show how to avoid them, so your raised beds become worm havens instead of worm deserts. It's tempting to throw raw manure into raised beds, thinking it will enrich the soil quickly. But fresh manure is often loaded with ammonia and high salts that burn worm skin and damage their sensitive bodies. Cow, chicken, and horse manure all need proper composting before they're safe. The rule of thumb is to compost manure for at least 3 to 6 months until it loses the sharp odor and turns crumbly and dark. At that point, worms will eagerly process it, but in its raw state, it's one of the fastest ways to kill off a worm population. If you want to apply manure safely, mix 1 part well-rotted manure with 3 parts garden soil or compost, and layer it thinly as a top dressing rather than burying worms in it. Worms prefer a neutral to slightly acidic environment. While adding lime can be beneficial for soils that are overly acidic, overuse creates a harsh alkaline environment that burns worms and disrupts the microbial balance they rely on. Many gardeners mistakenly throw handfuls of lime into raised beds each season, not realizing that worms will retreat from a bed with a pH much above 7.5. If soil acidity is a concern, use garden lime sparingly, and always test soil pH before applying. A better long-term approach is to add crushed eggshells or finely ground rock dust in moderation. These buffer the soil slowly, without shocking the worm population. Worms are living creatures, not machines, and synthetic fertilizers don't support them. High concentrations of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium in chemical form may feed plants quickly, but they create salts that dehydrate worms and disrupt the beneficial fungi they depend on. If you've ever noticed a raised bed where plants shoot up fast but worms vanish, chemical fertilizers are usually to blame. The alternative is slow-release organic feeding, balanced compost, worm castings, fish emulsion, or diluted seaweed solutions. These feed the soil life first, ensuring worms stay active and plants receive nutrients steadily without a harmful chemical spike. Adding kitchen scraps to raised beds is a smart way to recycle nutrients, but not all scraps are worm-friendly. Citrus peels, onion skins, and large amounts of garlic waste are highly acidic and antimicrobial, creating patches worms avoid. While small amounts won't ruin an entire bed, dumping large quantities directly into the soil can drive worms away from the area. A safer method is to compost these scraps separately until they've fully broken down, then add them back to the garden as balanced compost. For direct feeding, stick to softer scraps like banana peels, melon rinds, or leafy greens, which worms break down quickly without harm. Some gardeners sprinkle wood ash into raised beds as a source of potassium and trace minerals, but overdoing it is dangerous. Ash is highly alkaline and dries out the soil, harming worms and beneficial microbes. Even small amounts can coat worm skin and interfere with their moisture balance. If you want to add wood ash, limit it to no more than 1 cup per square foot, and always mix it thoroughly with compost rather than sprinkling it raw. Better yet, use biochar that has been properly charged with compost or manure tea. Unlike ash, charged biochar provides a stable home for microbes and helps worms thrive. Coffee grounds are often praised as worm food, but too much of a good thing quickly becomes toxic. Fresh grounds are acidic, and in large piles, they compact into dense mats that heat up and cut off air circulation. This suffocates worms and encourages fungal growth they avoid. The safe way to use coffee grounds is moderation. No more than 20% of a compost mix or sprinkled lightly across the bed as a thin layer. When blended with carbon-rich materials like shredded leaves or straw, grounds become a balanced food source that worms will process without harm. This last point is obvious, but often overlooked. Any material treated with pesticides, herbicides, or fungicides, even if it looks like ordinary grass clippings or straw, can devastate worm populations. Worms absorb toxins through their skin and gut, and residues linger in soil for months. Raised beds that receive treated lawn clippings or non-organic straw often turn into dead zones for worms. To keep your worm population healthy, always source clean, organic matter. If you're unsure, compost questionable materials separately and monitor for breakdown before adding them to your beds. Worms are nature's gardeners, but they can only work in environments that support them. Fresh manure, excess lime, chemical fertilizers, citrus waste, wood ash, coffee grounds, and pesticide residues are 7 of the biggest threats to worms in raised beds. Avoiding these mistakes is the first step to transforming your raised beds into thriving ecosystems where worms multiply naturally. Focus on feeding the soil with clean organic matter, balanced compost, and slow-release amendments, and the worms will reward you with castings, aeration, and long-term fertility. If you found this guide helpful and want more proven strategies to keep your soil alive, subscribe to Hydro Haven and share this with fellow gardeners. Your worms and your harvests will thank you.